Hey, everybody, welcome to Happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing a great day on Friday, and today's episode will start right after the intro. And we're back. I wanted to change it up and do a different intro for once.
Yeah, I gotta change my song on my intro. I love that song though so much.
Oh, I mean, they got all sorts of different songs down at the end there, but I haven't really tested them out yet.
What are you talking about?
Oh, and StreamYard, way underneath way at the bottom, they have all sorts of different songs you can use during your
Oh,
live
really?
stream. Yep, there's like I want to say 10, maybe 9 different songs you can use during your live stream.
Um, that StreamYard added. Hi,
Yep.
Mom.
Hello, how you doing?
Mama Two Books. Now I know I'm gonna call you that because now I know why they call Dom Two Books. I never knew that before.
Did Dom write 2 books?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. So I got 2 books, I guess.
I thought it was like a make fun of them, like Italian, how people call it, you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
Tommy Two Books or Joey Bag of Donuts, like I thought, hi Rick.
Hey,
I thought
Rick.
that was like a nickname like that. I had no idea he wrote 2 books.
Right.
He surprises me every day, I tell you.
Oh yeah. You don't know what kind of side you're gonna get on that brain.
This is true. Probably why we get along so well because I'm the same way.
Oh yeah, a good mesh. It's a good mesh we had in that community chat we just had not too long ago.
Yeah, I wish I was there. I feel like I was. I think I don't know what I was doing. Was I on the phone with Bill Freeman's wife? Or I had a show. I can't remember.
Yeah, no, that was good. I get to meet Dustin and everybody. That was a good time. Good time.
Was it on Sunday?
That was Wednesday, I think.
When I had my show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why I wasn't on.
Yeah. So, actually, no, that was early in the day. I think it was. Before our show at 2 o'clock. Anyway, so today's paranormal question of the day is going to be kind of interesting, maybe way out of left field. I don't know. Let's see how you guys feel about it today.
I had to read it a couple of times, but I get it.
So today's paranormal question of the day is, so basically when a psychic medium or a shaman crosses a spirit over, can spirits swap as they're being crossed over? Like from one spirit go to this place and another spirit changes its place. You know what I mean?
Like a spirit would like tap in and tap out.
Well, it tap out and then it'll tap right into the other location. So basically, the spirits will swap in the locations. It's like one gets crossed over and another one comes in.
Makes for a great show. I mean, they have wife swap, they have house swap.
Yeah.
You could do spirit swap.
So I don't know. Do you think something like that could happen?
I mean, I'm sure anything is possible. But
like if it's a good,
I don't think so. Unless that spirit is connected with the person that's helping the spirit cross over, or like there has to be a connection. I feel like,
yeah,
maybe I don't know. I would have to see. Hopefully, maybe one of my psychic medium friends might be watching and maybe can help answer that a little bit.
I mean, could it be vice versa? Like, okay, the spirit really wants to move on, or crossover, and so they cross it over, but then all of a sudden, like a nasty spirit comes in return, And it's like, okay, now what do you do? So now it's a whole different kind of spirit you got to deal with that comes in as you cross another one over. Or do families can? Hi, Tom. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, but is that technically crossing? Is that actually technically swapping, or is that just your
It could be.
family?
It could just be swapping, or just if one's just kind of waiting to get into this house. Like I don't know if there's a waiting list to get into a house. you know,
There
that
shouldn't be a waiting list.
that sort of thing. But I just kind of wonder about that stuff. I mean, it's something you don't, like I said, you don't hear about. Some of the stuff that I come up with is something you really don't hear about of. And it's just kind of like I'm taking this bowl and mixing everything all up,
Right.
and I don't know. It's stuff I'm curious about once again. So if I stump somebody today, which I don't think I will today on this one, but it is the goal sometimes to stump you.
But why don't you think that you did that?
What's that?
Stump someone.
Because a lot of times I want to.
And technically, I'm like hoping one of my psychic medium friends will pop on and give some insight to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's sometimes it's like, when you have an interview and like I said, I fire a question in and all of a sudden someone's like, oh, wow, maybe I didn't think about it that way. That's that sort of thing. That's what I like with these questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it makes you think a lot more than what you would really think. And maybe you overthink the question and then it could go a whole different direction. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but I just if it's a human spirit, I feel like they have free will. Like I feel like
Yeah, they have free will. Now, with April, I mean, I think she always mentions that when children pass away, that they immediately go to heaven. Okay, I think that's what she has quoted. If I'm wrong, please tell me. But I don't know.
we do, but there's people that have EVPs of child spirit.
Right. So if she's saying they all go to heaven, then how come we get these child spirits for EVPs? You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not saying she's wrong, but like I said, that goes again with what I said about them having free will.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe once a spirit crosses over, maybe they have the ability to just come and go as they please.
No. I mean, I think they have the choice to come and go as they
Crossing
please.
over doesn't necessarily mean that's the end. Like they
Yeah.
can't come back.
I mean, is it like, okay, so if they cross over, they go to a different dimension in that aspect as where they might travel somewhere
That's what we
else?
say all the time. Like, what are we talking to when we get EVPs? Are they coming from a different dimension?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just
And
interesting to
is that
see.
where our loved ones are once they cross over? They're in that dimension.
Mm-hmm. Or are they
And
just
when we
stuck sometimes and they
see
can't get.
them, do they come back to ours? Is when
Mm-hmm.
people see them, physically see them.
Right? Or if they come back from a different dimension and we can't physically see them because they can't manifest enough energy to be seen, but still get that VP from maybe a different dimension talking about something completely different that we have no idea where they are at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we're saying the same thing.
mm-hmm. I think so. But I mean, so if like I say, if now with the spirits crossing over and spirit swapping, I'll just call it spirit swapping. A good spirit leaves, a bad
Anyway,
spirit
this is all
enters.
hypothetical, everybody. Like we're all just talking like
Yep,
if this was possible, not saying,
it could happen. We
or
don't
it
know
does
that.
happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
Disclaimer.
I mean, it could be the same thing with portals.
Oh, Mama Two Books, please haunt me. It would be so great. We have to come up with we'll have to come up with like a secret word, and you can't even tell Dom. And then if one of us dies before the other, then we have to we'll have to come up with a whole plan, not tell anybody, and we'll have to do it exactly that, and that's how we'll know that it's definitely us.
But you'll have to reach her in Gettysburg, though.
Well, yeah, we all know where I'll be.
That's where you'll be. You'll be in Gettysburg.
So the second I die, everybody come to the Eisenhower farmhouse to visit, and I will give you guys like awesome stuff.
I think that'd be interesting.
But only if you guys promise to video Kenny Biddle's reaction the first time he sees it.
Yeah, he'd be the one to probably get the slap right in the shoulder.
Actually, I would want Kenny Biddle to be my first. He would be the first. Okay, so this is what I want, everybody. I would want Kenny Biddle to be the first one to the Eisenhower farmhouse.
But then what would you do to Kenny Biddle?
He would become a believer in the afterlife.
Are you going to slap him in the back? Are you going to shove him? Are you going to pinch him?
He'll see me.
He'll see you.
And he'll know it's me. And he will leave there a believer in the paranormal.
I think Kenny Biddle needs to go to Malvern Manor. I don't know if he's been there yet. Possibly Sally's house. I think he will become a true believer at Malvern.
I wonder if he's ever been to Rolling Hills, because Rolling Hills is...
I heard that's off the wall.
It really is.
Like, I hear a lot of good stuff about it.
I went there when I didn't even... I think that was the first time I ever had a clairaudient experience, like hearing a disembodied voice. If I were to, off the top of my head, I think that was the first place.
Okay. I've heard a lot of spirits before. I mean, I've heard disembodied voices, especially at the Sheboygan Asylum I went to. I heard a disembodied voice there. That was interesting. And then, of course, at Sally's house when they had the Facebook Live, just the audience listening to the room and what's going on and stuff like that. I heard a disembodied voice and a doppelganger, because I heard my friend down in the kitchen, which they were gone. I heard her voice. It was her voice, but they were gone.
Right.
So that was like an eye-opening experience for me. So now everything I do with Facebook Live, I put my ANC headphones on so I can listen that much more deeper. It changes the whole atmosphere.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you can shut everything out from the outside in your house, what you're doing, and put those ANC headphones on, like you get like Bose or Jabra Elites, what I have, and it just shuts everything down. You can hear everything so much more cleaner. That's the way to go when you do Facebook Live, if you're sitting at home.
I'm sorry. I'm having an issue with my dog. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm texting Rob just because he's the one I'm coming for.
He's the one.
She's talking about Biddle too. I just want. Believe me. I don't know. Rolling Hills is. Yeah, Rolling Hills would definitely be a place I would want him to go.
No.
But anyway.
I mean, there's a lot of great places out east. I mean, to be honest, I mean, it's hard. It's really hard to.
You guys think that, but I think it's too. Like, I feel like there's so much, but maybe it's because I'm used to the places around here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think about the West Coast, I'm like, oh, they have such cool places. Like, think about Tombstone, Alcatraz, you know, Randolph County,
Queen Mary.
Like, where's USS Arizona? That's not anywhere there, right? But also you have what else? There's like so much.
There's a battleship, I think, in San Diego, I believe, that you could go on. Is it the USS Hornet?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't quite sure. I know there's a USS Wisconsin, I believe, too, that's haunted. But I don't know where that's stationed. I don't have a clue.
USS North Carolina, I want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's not that expensive to investigate for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like 12 hours. So basically you're staying there.
Right. Right.
So, and it's humongous,
Mm-hmm.
humongous. And
Don't they do that at the Queen Mary too? It's 12-hour investigations.
is
I
I
thought.
don't know.
I think Nick Roth was doing 12 hours, I believe, because he was doing
Yeah, but they might
tours.
just have been able to do 12 hours because it's Nick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what they offer?
I mean, I know that was last year. I think they were talking about shutting that down.
I hate that.
Well, I know it's just I don't think it has anything to do with what was going on in the country, and still is. But I think it's for a different reason. So
What?
it could be a money issue. It could be anything.
Because I heard Eastern State was doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
I heard
That's another cool place. Kenny Biddle. Gotta go there.
You know what? I've only had one experience there.
Really? Oh. How many hours did you spend there? Did you do 8 hours or
No,
no? Okay.
no. But I've been there a couple of times. I've only had one experience. Now they're not going to act on command. I get it.
Well, no.
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 Hi, Penny.
Hey, Penny. Welcome to the show.
There's a battleship in the New York City harbor. We went there. Can't remember the name. There's also an island. Like there's a lot that I wish I could do. There's an island in New York where it was used as like a tuberculosis.
Oh, shoot. I think I know what one you're talking about.
I want to go there so bad.
Was there another one that had like a castle like on there?
They had a bunch of buildings on there, and it's in New York.
Yeah, one of them had a castle on it where he stored like gunpowder, and it blew up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot what that
I feel
was.
like this one was like mostly all like medical buildings and stuff. I think people that were coming over to Ellis Island.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
I think, I don't know. I can't remember. I could be getting histories mixed up with the islands there, but
No, you're right. There is an island with a whole bunch of hospitals, tuberculosis
yeah. And now it
hospital.
just is abandoned.
Yeah, that's right. There is.
And I feel like they don't let you go there.
No, and Stratton Island has a mental hospital out there too, don't they?
Where?
Stratton Island
Staten Island?
or Staten Island? Sorry, Staten Island. Sorry.
Staten Island. I was just at Kreischer Mansion. That's on Staten Island. But
Okay.
that was like a mafia, like a mob house.
Look, right.
Tracy said USS Wisconsin is in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I knew it wasn't in Wisconsin. But I just wasn't quite sure where it was.
Yeah.
So, anybody else? How do you feel about today's question? Do you have the same wonder, or do you think it can be done or it can't be done? I should just call this episode Spirit Swap.
I mean, like it's almost like you hear mediums always say all the time, like they bring each other in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but
So they're swapping spirits as they're talking to them, right?
I mean,
Or I mean, when a psychic medium goes into crossing over or channeling or something like that, how many can they talk to at one point?
so I know. So I actually was on TV one time. I won a contest for a reading by her name's Marissa Liza Pell.
Okay.
And there's a channel here, it's on CBS. It's called and I think it's like CBS Philly or something during the day at noon. They do this like segment, whatever. What they do like a cool little thing or whatever. So it was like being on the news. I was on the news, and because they filmed us getting a reading by her, I won the reading. I don't know how I won the reading, but I won the reading. And we had to go to Fairmount Park in Philly. in one of these big mansions, and we were in there. Everything to me, like, this was like planned, I believe, by my dad for a year. Like, my dad is passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like his spirit was kind of planning this, because if I were to tell you the details of this from start to finish, you would be like, every time something happened, it seems as if it was spirit intervened. You know what I mean? When you get to the final end of this story. So so I was on TV, she read us, and at one point there were 3 there, and I'm going to tell you, my hand to God. So it was real warm in there at one point, I remember, and the sun was just beating in, and there's camera crews everywhere and stuff. And I remember when she started to say that my uncle and my she's not really my grandmother, but I had my aunt there with me. It was her mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and I remember like looking over at Marissa, and I had to squint because the sun was coming in so hard, and I could see the silhouette of them, the 3 of them. I couldn't see them. I could see, it was just like a silhouette, like a black silhouette. And the name is Intrepid Island, I guess, maybe she's saying. But anyway, my point to the story is, I believe that was spirit intervened for, I can't even, maybe 8 months. So if they have the ability, or they have the ability to let you know that they are playing a part into something, then they would know when. I would think, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's very difficult what I'm trying to explain.
No, like, I get it. I get it.
You know, like, if they can make that kind of stuff happen,
mm-hmm.
and they know what we're going to do or how it's going to take place, then why wouldn't they be able to say, oh, so-and-so's going to leave, but guess what? I'm going to jump in.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that they can read our minds?
I don't say read minds, no.
Okay.
But I feel like they're a part of the universe.
Right.
After that point, you know, they are a part of our universe.
Mm-hmm.
So when we say, I'm giving it to the universe, you know, or people believe in fate, or they believe in, there's no such thing as coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. You know, if you believe in all that stuff,
mm-hmm.
you know, like, and then spirit becomes a part of the universe, then why wouldn't they be able to know what's going to happen, or at least play a part in what's going to happen? Just like we believe in karma.
Yeah.
We believe if we put, you know, that good vibe towards somebody that's being a piece of shit to us, you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
we believe that we'll get good karma,
right.
You know what I mean? And you try to keep yourself out of, no matter what, out of that area of it.
Right.
So if we're putting that out there in the universe and we're making things happen that way, then why couldn't it happen on the spirit realm of it?
True.
I don't even know if that's even answering that question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it's a kind of a difficult question because
I just think that spirit has free will. So I don't think that they have to wait for somebody to leave to be able to
just come right on in.
Yeah. That's my belief anyway.
Or, like I said down here, I have the changing of the souls. You know, if your soul changes as they are moving you on, does the soul change to something else?
Oh.
That's another thing too. I mean, I guess this could be a 2-part question, really.
If you're crossing them over, who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
can
your soul change as you're crossing over to determine as to where you're gonna go, and then the swap of a different soul coming in determines what happens at that location next?
Now you lost me.
I mean, it's if it makes well, okay. If you're changing souls, if one soul is being crossed over to go somewhere else in a different dimension, like we were talking earlier, and then another soul comes in behind that soul to that location. Now, how much of that how much of that location is going to change with that new soul
Oh,
being added?
it's a whole new energy. Of
Right.
course, it's going to change.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that has to go from negative to positive, positive to negative, or anything like that. But you're definitely going to feel a difference if it's a different spirit energy. You know what I
So
mean?
then with that would a
I mean, that's my belief. I'm not saying that's what happens.
right. So, but I'm saying now with that happening after I just said that. So basically, the excuse me, psychic medium or shaman will basically have to start all over again. You know,
True. But there might not be, they might not have to cross every single spirit over. Um,
now
and
what did Charlie say about crossing spirits over? What was her?
she said something last night, and I cannot remember what it was. I wish I could. I was sitting here right now trying to think what it was, because I said that I was always believed that spirits had free will. They could come and go as they please. You know, she was basically saying, because like if people would come in and say, you know, they want them to leave or cross, and they have to cross over and stuff, you know, and she said that
They can at any time, I think is what
if
she was
they
saying.
want to.
Yeah. Sometimes they choose not to.
Lori,
But she believes that every one of them can be crossed over.
I
Hey,
can
Lori.
do a swap. Yeah, I agree with Lori. USS Battleship Intrepid. I thought you were talking about the island in New York. Sorry. I agree with Lori. I just, only because, like I said, they have free will, and a swap, a spirit swap. Like, I can't. I mean, they would just cross through each other and keep going.
So if you mix them, what would happen then, though? If
I don't think
if
anything.
they mix together, like how you know how oil and water don't mix very well.
You talking about a hybrid?
Yeah.
You talking
Maybe
about Blade?
What's that?
Blade? A Daywalker?
Maybe.
I love those movies.
You know, maybe you get a hybrid of a spirit that comes in. You never know. I mean, it's
Maybe a hybrid of a spirit is an elemental, which I don't even know anything about. I just like throwing that word out there because it makes me sound smart.
Where's the book, Taryn?
I actually have. First of all, I have Hans Holzer's book, Ghost.
Yep.
It's such a good book. But I also have this book that it's like an encyclopedia of of all the words that would come up about this subject. I could probably look up elemental and read it right out of there.
Or you can get Mike Ricksecker's book, A Walk into the Shadows.
He's going to be a guest on the Brew.
There you go.
July
now you can
20th.
ask him. Because he's all about shadow people.
Well, you say shadow people, but I said elementals. You think they're the same thing?
I think so, but like I said, correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know what's right. I felt
that could just be the same thing, you know.
Well, I've always believed that a shadow person is just somebody, a spirit that's all the energy they have that they can show. You know what I mean? Like if a spirit had a stronger energy, you'd see a full bodied apparition standing in front of you. Like that would be the strongest of their energy.
Yeah, the energy has to be absolutely strong to see them. Absolutely.
Right. So I always thought that like shadow people were more like, yeah, it's spirit energy, but that's all they can give.
Yeah,
and that's just my opinion.
But then you got the ones that come in with the red eyes.
I've never heard or seen.
Yep. There's some that come with red eyes and stuff like that. Like I said, Mike Ricksecker could explain that whole spiel of that. I mean, he's awesome at that.
Yeah, I have both of his books too because he has two of my best friend's stories in his books. So yeah,
When's he going to be on?
July 20th.
Ooh, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. I'm also
So,
going to have Barry Fitzgerald on.
oh, yep. Ghost and Hunters International.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And
I
he knows
was
about elementals, which I would love to talk to him about. And then I'm also going to have on Dustin Pari from Ghost Hunters
awesome
International.
dude, another awesome guy.
And then,
I haven't seen Barry in a long time since International was done.
yeah, so he's coming on. And then, um, I know not a lot of people know of him. Brandon Hodge, his name is.
Nope, can't say I do.
But take out the word expert, but I'll say expert Ouija board person. Like if there was anybody that besides Bob Murch that I would talk to about the Ouija board, it would be him. So he said he would come on. So I'm excited about that because I haven't had anybody on to talk about the Ouija board that I genuinely respect their opinion about. Like Bob Murch, he worked with Bob Murch. So Bob Murch, I remember having this opinion about the Ouija board, that classic I saw Exorcist. Oh my God, the Ouija board is bad and negative, and I have no, like I would never use one. Right. I saw Bob Murch's lecture on the Ouija board and I walked out of there a changed person about it.
There's lots to know about it, that's for sure. It's
So I'm more open to it. So Brandon is very knowledgeable that way with it. I want people to hear what he has to say about the Ouija board because a lot of people have the misconception about it.
yeah. There's a lady that I remember seeing on. I don't think it was on this network, but it was another network that this lady had like hundreds of Ouija boards in her room. She was a Ouija board collector.
So is Bob Murch and Brandon. Yeah.
If I find her, I'll send it to her. Send it to you.
Actually, they got to go to so I wish I could share the picture, but the guy that created the Ouija board, the family, they know very well. And now I don't know if Brandon does, but I know Bob does, but Brandon does have a picture of the tombstone, but the tombstone of the creator is a Ouija board.
Interesting.
Let me see. Yeah, keep talking because let me see if I can find it. It's really cool. I think it's on Brandon's page, actually. I'm also going to have on another type of guest that people probably have never heard of or, don't know of. He's not, on TV, but, and the topic is a little controversial for some, but it's educational. And, I'm not saying that I am going to agree with everything that he says or do agree with whatever, but, because I don't know yet, but he's he considers himself a satanic skeptic. So,
You're throwing me for a loop here, Taryn.
I know I'm going to have all kinds of cool people on to talk about cool shit. And I guarantee you it's going to be so educational. So, I mean, a lot of people are probably going to turn away from it because of just it saying satanic, but I wish people would get educated. I'm not saying I believe in anything like I don't follow that.
Right.
Stuff, but JD is such a cool dude. I've actually so it's not what everybody thinks it is, and so I think that the show is going to be really good.
And you're going to have Holly Mullins on.
And Holly, we'll talk about that. Holly Mullins. I'm going to have William Nighthawk on, talk about Indian stuff. And then, did I say that wrong? I didn't mean to say that wrong. American Indian stuff. Let me get that straight so people know. What else? It's going to be an array of different. I'm going to have two paranormal podcast people on. Bad to the Bone Paranormal, all female, love them. And Shadow Zone Paranormal, who Shadow Zone podcasts, who actually are running like Global United Network and PD Region and Global United. They're going to be coming on. I just have like a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of cool people coming on.
Yeah,
Bill Slevin will be on. Um,
that's what it's all about.
yeah, I love it.
Any psychic mediums out there today? See today's question. Me and Taryn would like to know what your side of it is. Just throwing it out there.
I know every time, like a lot of times I hear them say, this one's bringing other ones in with them. And sometimes it's not even with that family. But somebody can be there and not know them. And this person, they're coming in, they're like piggybacking off of whoever April's read or whoever. I always hear mediums say that, like, oh, they're piggybacking off of your relative.
And that's why, well, no, this is something different. That's right. Well, I should say, this is why they go in by themselves, right?
That's why April does, yeah.
Right.
No, but when I mean piggybacking, I mean like even if April's reading somebody, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, 1000%, because I don't do what she does, but I feel like she'll say, like, for example, like if she's reading one person and there's somebody over here that she does that isn't related or they know each other, and she's got this person's father coming through. She could say, oh my God, your father's bringing in this person's family member, even though they don't know each other.
Right. Well, that makes it all that more interesting for the energy swap.
Right. And I'm saying, like, is that what you would consider an energy swap?
Maybe.
Maybe it is possible then, if you look at it that way.
See, we are how many minutes in the show? And I already got you changing your mind how many times?
Because I'm talking it through. Do you hear me like going through this in my head?
Oh, yeah. Hey, farmer. Yeah. Like I said, that's why I like doing these things.
Bubba.
Baby. Like I said, I like the people think. Sometimes it's such an easy question, they overthink it, and then they I think, oh gosh, I should have this is what it is. I overthought it. But this is why I do this. Because I love it.
Oh, me too. And that's why I do it with you. And I thought it was so awesome, which is why I asked you to come on to Paranormal Brew to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I love the whole thing about it. So yeah, maybe if you look at it in that aspect, because then it seems that maybe eventually, because it's rare. The only person I've ever really seen do that, and I could be, I mean, like maybe it's happened to April, maybe it's happened to some of the people that I know are legit, but I feel like I've only ever seen John Edwards, like where both of them are trying to talk. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So it's like,
I seen him years ago on TV.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I don't know, is he even still on TV yet?
He's not still on TV, no, but he is touring. I missed him. He came around, and I missed him. Came around twice, and I missed him.
He's interesting. He's very interesting on how it's just like all of a sudden he starts talking. It's like then it's
I would love to have
bam,
him
he just
on
switches
show.
on a dime. It's just very interesting.
Let me see.
Hey, William.
I saw him in person like 5 times. I'm gonna email him and ask him to come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Right.
I don't get an answer.
No, I haven't seen Amber on here yet.
The worst thing that would happen would be he says no, okay, but then you move on.
Yeah.
I'd also love to have Mitch Albom on.
Not a clue.
He used to be a sports writer in New York. He wrote sports, but now, have you ever heard of the movie Tuesdays with Morrie?
Nope.
You're killing me, because that's his most popular. He was on Oprah and he promoted that, but
I'm working in the morning. I'm working.
No, this was a long time ago. That was like but now he writes more spiritual stuff. Like he has one called The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, which is amazing. And he has one for One More Day. Amazing. His books, everybody knows I always say I can't read. Like, not meaning I can't read, meaning my ADD is so bad that it takes me forever to read one page. So I
Get an
lose interest.
audiobook.
Well, I'm going to start doing that. But with his books, I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I can read his books. Like, his books are amazing.
Yeah. And it takes only that one person to really get you catching.
Do you suppose that when we cross over, we carry all traits, like being a smart ass or harboring negative feelings towards someone?
I think so.
I think we do bring over our personalities, but I feel like if you have any emotional connection with any, like in a negative way or a sad way, because you're obviously emotionally connected. Like I think about my dad, right? Obviously the two of us are emotionally connected, mentally, physically, DNA-ally, whatever you want to call it. But I feel like the love doesn't go away, but he's not sad that he's not here. So that's a negative feeling. You know what I mean? So I think any negative feelings towards anyone or anything might go away, but I feel like you would still be an asshole if you're an asshole.
Yep. And
You know what I mean?
I think Tom would, when he passes on, we're talking a long time ago, or a long time from now, but when he passes on, I bet you he's going to see a gardener doing something wrong and kick him in the ass and say, this is how you garden.
I mean, it's possible because Tom, oh my God, I forgot you're putting these on Spotify. We should be reading these. So Tom,
Well, we're not live on Spotify.
No, I know that, but
oh yeah, no, but when you read them, yeah, people.
Yeah. I ask because Tom Nally says, I ask because I am almost positive that an ex-friend who has passed after we stopped being friends constantly messes with me. And probably in a funny way, because they are probably remembering you being friends before you were an ex-friend.
They're just letting you know.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like anything negative that they have towards somebody, that goes away. But they still have that connection with you, that emotional connection. So like, it's same thing what I just said, like with my dad. I know we're emotionally connected, but the negative part of that, of what the human can't get rid of, that being sad that they're not here, I don't think they harbor that at all.
Right. I mean, Tom, if your ex-friend, like, if you guys had like a secret handshake, or like he, just slapped you on the back, whatever he may have done while he was living, and if he does that to you in the afterlife, then that's just him saying, hey, I'm here, and letting you know I want to talk or something,
Yeah, I think he doesn't remember that part. I think we bring over knowledge, but I think the love and positive traits come with you. If being a smartass is considered positive because that's how your friendship relationship work, then yes. Yep. That's basically what I said. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, Tom Springer. Welcome to the show. Yeah. See, it's like I said,
that's what I think anyway.
Yeah. Let me always say, if you're an asshole in life, you're going to be an asshole in the afterlife. If you're a real nice guy in life, then that's what people will remember you as. And you could be a potential helpful spirit.
Yeah. So I think so. See, he's saying, and everything in the like. I think he's let go. He that let go when he died. Like that went away. So you need to let it go and embrace whatever it is that he's doing. Just remember how you guys were before. There's nothing you can do about the legal shit now.
Right.
So just embrace it, and maybe he's waiting for you to say, I forgive you. And he'll move on. I don't know if you've already done that or not. I'm just assuming, but
it may sound silly if you're in a,
but not just say it, feel it, like really be,
say it out loud and just
really feel it. Like, you can't just say it. He has to feel it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Say it out loud. Feel it. Who cares what people think about what you're doing? Just say, hey,
It's
I'm
your
talking to my friend right now, and this
ego
is what I want to
sabotage you. But
present.
I have let go most of it. You got to let go of all of it, because if he's messing with you, he's messing with you, for a reason. So just, you have to, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't even make amends. The only way you're going to make an amends with him is if you can't, there's nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm. You gone.
You harboring those feelings, not only is it a negative thing for you, but obviously he's like, dude, fucking forgive me. I'm sorry. Let me move on.
Right. No, that's best way to say it.
And he's probably trying to remind you of your friendship, of what it was, so that you say, you know what? Okay, fine. There's really nothing I can do about it. Let me just remember the good times that we had. I'm not sticking up for him, Tom, but we never know what we're going to do when we're in a desperate position. I don't know what the situation is, but you never know what you're going to do when you're in a situation. We can sit here all day long and say what we would have done, or what we will do, or what we would do, but we'll never know, because we'll never be that person.
Right.
You would have never grown up in his house. You never would have been raised by his parents. You never would have been, so you never know that's why I always give people the benefit of the doubt, because they're not me. And just because I wouldn't do something, that's why I always need people to explain things to me. So when a relationship ends for me, and it could be any type of a relationship, but when it ends and I have no idea why, that's very conflicting for me.
Yeah, harp on it, because you just sit there like, what happened? Why did it happen this
Because
way?
a lot of times, people get their feelings hurt, and it's so unintentional, and all you got to do is talk instead of, and that's why I'm so big on talking about it and bringing it right up to the front of stuff. Like, okay, listen, what's going on?
Right. And sometimes with me, when someone writes something to me and it comes off in a really weird way to me, it's like, oh shit, did I just piss somebody off? Because you don't know how to take it in context the way how it is written sometimes.
Well, that's like the question of the day the other day.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we were done, I was like, Darren, you mad at me? Did I do something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Because I said you were acting off. You were acting different. You ended early, which you never do.
Well.
And so I knew something was off.
Yeah, it was a technicality thing. My mic was echoing in my ears, and I couldn't take it no more. My son said change a setting in the computer and screwed me all up.
Thank you from Malaysia, and love Metallica.
Hey, yes, absolutely. Thank you for joining us today. That's cool. That's very cool.
Thank you for checking in.
Now we're getting out to Malaysia. I'm loving it.
Over time, I have let 90% of it go, which is a huge after what was done. I understand, but there's nothing you can do about it, dude. Nothing.
Nope. Can't live in the past. Gotta just look into the future.
Absolutely nothing. Maybe
past is the past.
Maybe he didn't want you to have guilty feelings, so he's joking and messing around for you to remember the good times you had. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Mama Two Books. That's what I said. I agree.
Yeah. I hope this helps you a little bit more, Tom, today with how you feel about it. I mean, if we can do that one thing to help somebody with a particular question that brings their attention and we help them out, hey, I'm all for it,
Yeah. I mean,
make them feel better about it.
I mean, I understand that part of it, but there's just, holding on to that anger is probably one, keeping him here. But I agree with Mama Two Books, but I also agree that he's trying to make you remember the good times so that you forgive him, because he does want to move on,
Mm-hmm. Yep, he wants to see the rest of the universe. What's going on? What's that fifth dimension? You know what I mean?
All right. Remember, peace.
Yes. Absolutely.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
So, Taryn, what you got coming up? Before we get into like the final thoughts and stuff today, is there anybody else that has?
Tom, I don't know what Tom Springer meant by this. Mine echoes in my head all the time, but that's because my head is empty. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
That's funny.
I don't know what Tom meant by that.
I don't know. He's probably at work, so he can't probably bring him on right now.
Microphone. Oh, because I said you were acting off on the other day, and I knew it.
Yeah.
But I said, let me get myself out of the way because I'm selfish and whatever. So I was like, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Because I always think the world's about me.
I'm the exact same way. I'm the exact same way. When somebody is talking to me in a different kind of way, I am the exact same way. Like, oh shit, I must have did something.
Right.
You know?
So I just confront it, and he's like, no, not at all. And he said, this is what happened. This was what's wrong. And I was like, okay.
You know, I'm better today, ain't I?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, I think today was a very productive day. I think we helped Tom out a little bit there, which I feel good about. And I think we maybe implemented some things in people's minds that they might still be thinking about later today, you know? Yes, absolutely.
Tom says, Taryn, my beautiful friend, the world does revolve around you. Never forget that.
And so, what you got coming up this weekend, Taryn?
This weekend?
Yep.
I honestly, Bill's funeral.
Oh, yep.
But that's it. That's my only plan. I'm hoping to make more shirts, and I'm hoping that the shirts I bought by accident, but I'm thinking this is a good thing now.
Mm-hmm.
By accident, I bought glow in the dark vinyl. So now I'm gonna have some glow in the dark Paranormal Brew shirts.
Just keep the black light away. I'm sorry. I had to. Oh, man. So for myself tonight, well, really, I got a podcast for the radio I got to help out with tonight, which is called Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca Williamson. And let's see. Not much really going on the weekend. Just kind of cleaning house. But starting on, well, I shouldn't say starting. Monday's show. Now, Monday's show is going to be a fun show because we got an awesome dude coming on. Like I said, he is an author, a gamer, a musician. He is a filmmaker, and he owns his own manor. And this person is Josh Hurd.
Which will be a future guest on Paranormal Brew because I keep on taking Darren's guests every time he has somebody come on.
And if you don't know who Josh Hurd is, look him up. He owns Melbourne Manor, and he goes live a lot on his Patreon page. So I'll let him display all his contacts when he's on. But this is one you wouldn't want to miss. He's an awesome guy, and I think you'll all enjoy him. So Wednesday, I don't know. It might be another weird question. Get you thinking.
So, yeah, definitely.
Yep. And then Friday is another edition. And if you are, let me put this out there. If you guys are not able,
Friday, I might not be. What's Friday? The 6th?
Yep.
I might be working that day.
Okay. Well, you might just get me, or I might have a guest on. We'll see.
You did good, though, I heard.
So, and then next Friday, like I said, is another edition of Paranormal Question of the Day. And then Saturday, I will be investigating a hotel in Kewanee, Wisconsin, which is called the Karsten Nest Hotel. So hopefully, if things work out, I will be going live, probably multiple times, and so that will be a good time. I'll be it's We Are Paranormal's gig, so I'll be investigating with them. So can't wait.
Are you gonna? You said you are gonna go live.
If I can, I will. Yes.
Okay.
So, and what I was also going to bring up is if you guys have a hard time coming in here at the 2 o'clock time, there's always time to watch us on replay. And if you just like to listen to us and not watch video while you're at work, or you can watch a video at work and just want to listen, go to Spotify. And all you have to type in is Paranormal Question of the Day, and the Spotify will come up. So, and that's...
And Paranormal Brew isn't on Spotify yet, but I'm going to ask Darren to teach me how to do that.
Yep, pretty easy stuff. So, so with that, Taryn, got anything else?
Nope, I'm waiting for my favorite saying of the day.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us today, and keep coming on back. And for those of you that are waiting for the particular question of the day, jump on in. I want to see new faces. So, for Taryn and Darren, I bid you adieu.
There it is.
And you have been watching the Paranormal Brew and BB3 TV Network.
Peace. Love it and chicken grease.
Yes. So long, everybody.